Hello, friends. How do I use my strengths to fulfill my purpose? You may want to know this. You may be wondering, what is my purpose? How can I find it out? Let me tell you my story. Yes, I believe there are many purposes in life. So, my purpose as a mother. That doesn't mean that my purpose as a mother or as a wife or as a community member, sister, mother, daughter, all of my roles in life, it doesn't make any of those any less important. We all have different roles in life. But I believe God created all of us for something specific. In 2 Corinthians 9:7, it states, every man according as he purposeth in his heart. Of course, this is spoken in the male perspective, but all of us women are included in this scripture as well. So let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. Now, I believe that our purpose in life, and now when I'm talking about purpose, I'm talking about the specific purpose that I have, that you have. Not all of those roles I talk about before. Like I said, that does not mean that those roles that I just talked about are any less important. But I believe that God has a specific role for me, a specific purpose for you. You may not know what it is. Let me tell you the story of how I discovered my purpose. So back in 2017, some of you may have heard this story. I was thinking, just pondering, and I was thinking, hey, maybe sometime I'd like to put on an event, because I had heard of a lot of other people putting on events, and I thought maybe that would be something that I'd like to do someday. But I had a thought that said, why not now? Well, I'm a full-time employee. I have 3 kids. How could I possibly, I have no money. How could I possibly put on an event? But I did end up putting on an event, not only 1, but 4 events back in 2018. Guess what I called them? Passionate Christians Unite. That's what I'm calling this YouTube channel, because I believe that that's my purpose, to bring together Christians of different denominations to help us focus on where we're similar. I believe that where we're similar as Christians are more important than where we're different. That's where we can unite. We can debate, we can Bible bash all day long about where we're different as Christians. And some people choose to focus on that. And if that's where you are, I'm not putting that down, but that's not where I choose to be. I choose to be where I'm focusing on where we're all similar. One thing I know that Christians are all similar in is we love our families. We want to spend time with our families. We love God. We want to spend time with God. We love our community and we want to spend time in our community. There are a few other things that we could say that is similar for us as Christians, but I believe that focus on family and faith and community are 3 things that we're all similar in as Christians. And so that's where I choose to put my focus. It's not that I'm ignoring that we have differences, but I'm stating the differences don't matter as much as the strengths, and the similarities matter. Okay, but getting back to my topic, I've discovered that this is my purpose because I believe that I have strengths and talents specifically that God gave me, and interests that not everybody has. As you know, not every Christian wants to go around listening to Christian music all the time. If I'm listening to music, usually it's Christian music. unless I'm trying to stay asleep or stay awake, then I'll listen to 80s music or oldies music that I can sing along with so I can keep myself awake. And but the point is, we all have different strengths. Think of your strengths that God gave you. Could that be part of your purpose? Now, I don't know what your purpose is. Maybe you don't even know what your purpose is. I recommend you think about where you're strong, what your interests are, and ask God, what's my purpose? Other than simply the roles that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, obviously you may not have the same roles that I do, but whatever roles you have in life, those are special, but they may not be your purpose. Your purpose is something specific to you, and only God can tell you what your specific purpose is. And I believe that He will. Maybe not right as soon as you ask Him. That depends on what He wants. But He will tell you when it's time for you to know. In the meantime, focus on your strengths. Hopefully you've watched my other 2 videos this week. We're focusing on strengths this week. So much of the world focuses on weaknesses. And why am I not like this person? Why do I not have that strength? Well, God gave us strengths so we can benefit each other. You don't have the same strength as someone else, because then we couldn't rely on each other's strengths and we couldn't make up for each other's weaknesses. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Look at this picture up here. That is beautiful. That is from my husband's great aunt. She created that painting. She has that skill. I don't have a skill of painting, so I appreciate when I see artwork because that's not my skill. That's some of the skills of my brothers and sister. But does that make me any less of a person because I'm not good at painting? I'm not good at art? No. Number 1, I've not chosen to focus on art. Number 2, I don't believe that that's a strength that God gave me. So neither is it a strength nor an interest. So I believe that your purpose, whatever God gives you as a purpose, will not only be something that you're strong in, something that you have God-given capabilities to do, but something that you're interested in. But again, like I said, you'll have to ask Him. I know you can find it. I believe in you. And in the meantime, before you know what your specific purpose is, keep developing those strengths. Keep developing those hobbies. What you are strong in, keep strengthening even more. Keep blessing others. The reason I read that scripture at the beginning is I believe that the reason we have our purpose is not only to bless God's family, but also to serve them. And as I mentioned in the scripture, to be that cheerful giver, to be the type of giver that God can trust and God can use for His purposes. Now, you may not be able to see my shirt, but it says faith, hope, and love. I love this shirt because I believe that those are 3 things that I'm also strong in. I believe I have a lot of faith, a lot of hope, and a lot of love to give. I would love to know your strengths. If you know of anyone who would need this video, feel free to share it with them. Feel free to comment below what your strengths are, or if you want to, maybe you want to list other people's strengths that in your family or that type of thing. Feel free to mention any comments or questions. God bless you, and you have an awesome day.